This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena, what are we doing? It doesn't have Omnath. It doesn't have the color blue. Seriously, I feel like I've been playing Dimir versus Temur for weeks, but today we're checking in on Orzhov Doom, a good old control the board and deny resources strategy. Good old fair magic. How will it go? You're gonna have to wait and see. But I like the build. I feel good about it, and when the deck gets good hands, it feels really fun. You have to figure out what to remove. The deck has no instants though. The only thing it really does at instant speed is fiddle with Mazemind Tome. But let's get into the new cards. Bloodchief's Thirst, I'm sure you know by now. Good removal spell. And as the only one-drop play in the deck, it takes position over something like Heartless Act, although I'm not sure if that's 100% correct, quite honestly. Obviously, like a big Shark Typhoon token would be a problem for this deck, because we'd have to take a hit before we could kill it. So if you're going to do something with instant speed, maybe it should replace Bloodchief's Thirst. But Skyclave Cleric. Hit your land or gain 2 life, make a body against mono red, blink it, but also very importantly, this is a cleric, which combos well with the next card, Acquisitions Expert. Because when you have a cleric and a rogue, you have 2 members of the party, which means the opponent has to give you a choice. They show you 2 cards, you pick the better one. It's actually really cool when it pops off that way. But this is the new Burglar Rat, new and improved, and a little bit better. So if you like your 1/1s as 1/2s and your discard effects, this is the card for you. Skyclave Apparition. You know how I feel about this deck if you've... You know how I feel about this card if you've watched the channel for a minute. Exiling a permanent like a Lucky Clover or a Feldar Retreat or a Torbrand, things of all sizes and shapes as long as they're 4 or less and not tokens, is very important. And a cool thing to do with this card is pair it with Glass Casket. You use the casket to take away the token, and then you blink the casket with the Yorion so that you can keep removing tokens if the opponent creates more tokens from you blinking your apparition. Next up, this is a card I haven't played anywhere yet, Inscription of Ruin, and this is one of the key cards in the deck because it fills a modal spot of doing whatever you need it to do. You can make the opponent discard 2 cards, you can get back a Skyclave Cleric for 2 life or a Charming Prince to activate your Yorion loop and reboot it, or you can destroy a creature with converted mana cost, can't really see it, 3. I'm trying to scroll it without leaving the card. Destroy target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less, so it can kill a lot of things in the format that you need to kill. Also, kicking this is very doable in this deck and is an important part of many endgames, so you will get some kicker action on this Inscription, which I'm excited to play an Inscription. I haven't played an Inscription yet. I think that they're below rate, but this one is close, and it does a lot of things that you want to do. Next up, we have all the main cards that you expect from the deck in Doom Foretold, Yorion, Elspeth Conquers Death. We're still trying to create loops with Yorion, various enter the battlefield effects, and Charming Prince so that we can do it over and over and over and over. And then I have one Ondu Inversion, but I don't know if I should. Destroy all non-land permanents sounds really fun, but most of the time this deck wants permanents. It is another out to Treacherous Blessing, but for 8 mana, you could have an Ugin, so I don't know, man. That's kind of a tough one for me, but we're trying this out because I want to hit my land drops, and I really want a few more lands in here. Whoa. Something got caught in my throat. Was it my own tongue from talking too much? Some of you think so. Anyway, the mana base, lands and castle, pathway, temple, fable passage, total land count, 28, but don't forget to add back in the Skyclave Cleric, the Ondu Inversion, and don't forget that we have Birth of Meletis, so the deck should be able to make land. If not, just take out an Elspeth Conquers Death, take out something expensive. Also, we have 4 Mazemind Tomes, hopefully those help, and 4 Charming Prince. But Scry isn't what it used to be, man. People mess up your Scry a lot these days with their Thieves Guilds, Enforcers, and Robbers of the Rich, frickin' rogues. Anyway, I'm expecting an okay match with aggro. I'm expecting a difficult match with Omnath because the grind will be real, and if they top deck well, we lose. And I expect a difficult grind with Adventures, and I don't know what to expect out of Rogues. Having no instant speed effects probably means a good rogue draw will abuse us. But a rogue draw that's light on counter spells or not quick enough can probably be torn to pieces. Anyway, Orzhov Doom. We're going to carry on in this Yorion world, and I'm going to try to play all kinds of nonsense, so you'll probably see my rank flying up and down. I'm going to try not to worry about that, so I can give you guys some other decks and ideas of things to play in the Omnath world. So, I'm not giving up. I still plan to win my games. I'm just going to have to work for it really hard. I'm going to have to put in a lot of research to make the decks good. So, doing that usually tanks the rank. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. On the draw, Mazemind Tome will have to help us out a lot. But it's not a hand we can mull. We've got mana. We've got plays. Our opponent launches the Speaker of the Heavens campaign. I guess we'll keep a Doom Foretold and hope for the best. It deals with stuff. Hallowed Priest, they're off to a good start. As good as they can be. On the play, and we don't have a sweeper. So, everything has to go right from here. We've got to scry this tome mercilessly. We've got to draw into removal spells. And yep. Doom has to hit that Heliod. Casket's okay. Casket's okay. We've got to keep it mana efficient, so we're going to fire off the Inscription. And we're going to go right after the Speaker, because the Speaker is the life gain source right now that's free. It also makes angels, and we're in no position to threaten their life total. Okay, they run Tome. That is interesting and kind of odd in this spot. And okay. And you see here, the Tome is really going to take the foot off the gas for our opponent. Because once we Glass Casket this, they're down to not much. They don't have much going on. Whereas another threat, and we would still be scrambling to get out of this. It also doesn't provide devotion for the Heliod. So while it will provide some cards for the opponent for the next few turns, it will not keep the pressure on us. And if you give us time, I think we are in a better position than they are. That's why you don't run very often. If you run Mazemind Tome in an aggro deck, it's in the sideboard, right? For the battles where it's aggro versus aggro. And I guess the meta in Best of One is mostly aggro, so it's a metagame call. But it's going to hurt them here. Let's see if they can keep the pressure on with a threat. And it is an Angel of Destiny flying double strike. Whenever a creature you control deals damage to a player, you and that player gain that much life at the beginning of your end step if you have at least 15 life more than your starting life total. And it attacked this turn. Each player that this attack loses the game. Okay, it's a lot. It's a lot. And they're at 25 and this has double strike. That's a little scary. How do we deal? I think we play Doom Foretold. Our life total is no longer in jeopardy. We need to get into a position where they have to sacrifice this. They can give this lifelink and it, let's see, it would gain double, so it's 6 plus 6. Holy, no, it's not, it's 4. Because it's double strike. So 4 plus 4, 8. 25 goes up to 33. How do I get in a position to fight this? I think it has to be Doom Foretold. Because if they give up the Tome, that's 4 free life they won't get. Okay, draw a card. Time to see how this card works. Oh wait, there is at least going to be one extra life because it has double strike and there's a Heliod counter, right? So there's 27. So this goes on here. You should see our life total going up too, right? Wait, 2 counters? Oh, lifelink and the other trigger. Okay. 9. Where's my life gain? Is this other creatures? Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you and that player each gain that much life. Am I missing something? Oh, it's at the very end? Okay. And now they go up to 37 and we're dead? Rip me. I can't even. How did these hands even occur? Better. What do we get rid of? I think it's a... Is it a swamp? I think it's a swamp. Even before mana trouble again, but that's my life. That's how it goes. Alright, nice draw. Let's lead on the expert. Get in this hand, do something. Okay. Interesting. A little bit of main deck rogue hate. The Chainweb Arachneer is 1 green for a 1/2 reach, and when it enters the battlefield, it does damage equal to its power to a creature with flying. So it's not a fight. It just reaches out and shoots a flyer. And it's an escape card, so for 5 mana you can bring it back as a 4/5. And yeah, it's a little funky rogue hatred. I like it. Let's show them what's up. Use the birth. Go get the plains. And try to scry out of the flood. More Doom. I think Doom should be good here. There you go with the Beanstalk Giant. I think I'm slamming a Doom Foretold just to get the trigger, since we have a few of them. And the opponent has nothing to sacrifice here. Would I like more? Yeah, but it's not bad. This deck doesn't usually do anything if it's not reacting to the opponent. Being proactive is super awkward. So at least we spent our turn dealing them some damage, making a body, and drawing a card. Still waiting to see what this deck is all about. How many cards? 4? Okay. And it's a 1-cost creature, so I can't hit it with ECD. But I can hit it with Apparition and Glass Casket and Inscription and all these cards I haven't drawn. As usual. As usual. That's magic. Rip. It makes our ECD good, though, to have that in the graveyard. Yeah, we go with ECD here. Doom Foretold not looking great. We don't have any trinkets on the field. Okay, and they say go, and we draw the casket. Let's attack first. Although, with this going off, they shouldn't be able to play any spells. So, do we want to try to Doom Foretold this Clover? It's not great. Let's Apparition this Clover. Too risky. What if they flashed in a Brazen Borrower? Any use for the 7th land here? buy the Yorion and play a Doom Foretold. We need more value. We're going to run out of things to do at the rate we're going. Do I play an empty open casket for later with the Yorion? And the Doom Foretold. What do we have coming back? Acquisitions Expert. Let's save the casket. But there is definitely a time and place to just play the casket empty so that your Doom Foretold is insulated, or your Yorion can exile a creature the turn you play it. Still one card away from bringing back the Arachnid. The Spider. The Chain Web. You gotta love a web made out of chains, I guess. I don't know, man. Opponent goes after the Apparition to get the 2/2. Alright, now we're ready to do something with this casket. Back comes the Expert. The opponent will be able to bring back the Spider next turn. We can stuff it in a box. Wow. They give up a Fae of Wishes. What's their other card? It could be an Escape to the Wilds, but I don't think so. They would have played that. It might be another Fae. Huh. Open casket. Get in there. Buy the Yorion. I could have gone after another card with the Charming Prince on the Expert. They just discarded a really good one. That might be the play I should have made. The opponent's a little rando, though. They're living up to their name as Maverick. They've got some funky cards in their adventure deck, that's for sure. And it is another Fae. Let's see what they do with it. Ugin. Ooh. They only have 6 mana, though. If that last card is a land, we're going to get that Ugin. Okay, it's not a land, and they're going to be sitting on that Ugin. That's almost worse. For them. Brazen Borrower? They didn't... Remember, they didn't play this Fae. They take the damage. It must be a counter, right? It must be something to counter this Yorion. Alright, I'm going to be aggressive. Here's Charming Prince. We're going to blink the Expert and make you discard something. And Doom Foretold for the other thing. Let's go. What you got? What you got? Show us what you've got! Could be anything. Like we've seen they play all kinds of crazy cards. You better do something or we're taking your whole hand. It is Brazen Borrower. Okay, down goes Ugin. They could flash in the Borrower to keep this from going off. They fall to 4. Okay. How you get out of this? Borrower can only block flyers, so that doesn't help them. They could play Fae of Wishes, or bring back the Arachnid. But I think, yeah, they could survive another turn, but then they fall victim to a Yorion. So, yeah, game. It's been a bad beats day, so if I can get back to top 1,000, or just even into the numbers playing this deck, I'll be a pretty happy guy. And this hand might help me get there. Really want an untapped land. I don't know if I want a Blessing, but I have a Doom Foretold. Let's be aggressive for, you know, take every shot we can take at having a good curve. Let's go for the untapped land. So far, Treacherous Blessing has mostly killed me. I've only played aggro decks today. So, I mean, what happened? What happened to the ramp deck? Now it's all rogues and mono red. Okay. Rogues it is. They're just so happy Uro is gone. You know, that Rogues was like the most played deck for best of one meta, statistics-wise. And then Uro got banned, and now Rogues are just, holy crap, they're having a party. I did not like shuffling away that Blood Chief's Thirst. I have a feeling I'm going to need it. So, let's go get the land, and then we can have 4 mana next turn, which can play Doom Foretold, or can double spell with Charming Prince and Acquisition Expert. Oh, it's the Soaring Thought Thief. So there won't be enough cards in the graveyard for them to drown and to lock the Doom Foretold. That's good. And Doom Foretold can hit the Birth of Meletis on the way back before it expires, so... Oh, there will be, because it's a passage. Crap. Alright. Well, I guess we have to get a Doom Foretold drowned in a lock. Is that really the best play? Oh, the double Fable Passage just wrecked me. Is that really the best play to get this thing countered? I guess we have to take the shot because this is going to expire the next turn, and then the Doom Foretold's not good anymore. Resolves. Brazen Borrower is really good against Doom Foretold as well, we might add. Brutal. Okay, they said go. We draw Blood Chief's Thirst. We don't have a land, so we're missing a land drop, no matter what we do. How do we want to play it? We can go Acquisitions Expert Charming Prince. We can go Inscription of Ruin and Thirst and get rid of this. I think making sure this thing dies is a smart play. But if we're not developing a board for our Doom Foretold to do something, but Doom Foretold's so bad against Brazen Borrower anyway, this might just be blank cardboard. Nothing from the opponent. So if they flash in Borrower, I have no instant speed. That's not how my deck works. It's really rough. Tome could get a Scrying to try to hit land in the future, but I think we go with the Expert. Try to start wearing down their resources. Dimir, so tactical. They can counter and kill everything, but they only counter and kill what they need to kill when they're being played well. As long as they have a threat, they don't need to protect things very much. Wow. They must have a lot of counter effects in their hand to be willing to make that play. What's with these draws, man? Let's see if they respect a Maze Mind Tome. If they counter an Acquisitions Expert, they probably counter a Maze Mind Tome. No. Okay, in that case I'm going to draw and try to hit my land because we're getting badly bottlenecked on mana now, and that needs to end. Here's Brazen. And Zarathan? Nope, another Thought Thief. They feel really secure. They know they can counter anything cool that I try to do. Let's try to scry our way to the land to cast our spells. To the land to cast our spells. Thank you. There's already one ECD in the graveyard. We could go for Inscription and Charming Prince. I don't know what that really achieves. We could buy our Yorion. I don't know what that achieves. But if we spend our whole turn getting countered here, the tempo is really bad. It's too bad. So, destroy you. We can hope they're out of that kind of gas now. We gain 3 life here. There's no point in scrying. It just gets destroyed. Just, what a beating. Not even close game, man. Let's scry. This deck is making me so angry right now. We had plays. I can't complain too much about that, but boy is it frustrating to run them all just into the ground. That resolves. Brazen Borrower is going to laugh at it, I'm sure. Sorry, in my head I like know all the cards they have, but I guess I don't really, do I? Maybe it's closer than it looks. I see 12 damage. I'm at 13. Oh, they had lethal, right? No, no, they didn't. Never mind. But we can't win. I probably can't get back to top 1000 beating a 93%, but let's see what happens. This hand is good. It's cheap stuff. Cheap stuff's important. Gets us to the expensive stuff. Yeah, could be... Alright, we're going to spam acquisitions experts in this game. It is the way. And we'll start with the Skyclave Cleric so the acquisitions experts pull double duty. I haven't drawn much of this card today, or maybe I've just always played it as a land and I forget. Mono white. Mono white. Alright, because we have a cleric, the opponent has to show us 2 cards. We get to pick the good one. It's gonna be fun. Let's tear their hand to pieces. Emiria's Call or Banishing Light. I have a lot of ways to remove Banishing Light, but nothing in my hand. If they're tapping out for that, it's not particularly good against us right now. The Emiria's Call, if they have another land, is a bit of a punish, but... Yeah, let's try taking relevant spells instead of land. So we'll grab Banishing Light here. Good curve. Don't know how we're going to compete. Well, you will have to find a way. The mighty Daxos, but no attacks trying to protect Basri. That is a way to compete. That will do it. We do have to have the land for it, so I might need to play Birth this turn, whereas what I wanted to do was double acquisitions expert. Because this goes up to 5, it goes up to 6, then the -6 does the trick. Although, okay, let's play this out. If I hit the hand twice, and I leave them with just an Emiria's Call, they don't have much going on. This goes to 5, the next turn, Birth of Meletis by Yorion. This goes to 6, then I ECD it. Yeah, that's fine. And we could always draw the untapped land. This is long-term planning. We're 4 turns down the road, baby. Might as well take the call, as opposed to the basic planes. Might as well get a swamp, because Birth of Meletis will get a plains. Gimme. Speaker down. Alright, top of your deck. Is it good? Does it do good things? Does it win games of Magic? Let's find out. Put a counter on the doggy. Alright. They're on the Protect Basri Ket plan. Birth of Meletis fetches plains by Yorion, say go. Game playing out exactly as we needed it to so far. Heliod off the top. Okay, but we can blink Yorion to deal with that.
I will guard your advance.
And still no attacks. They're all in on, we're defending Basri, Ket. And this is going to be a heartbreaker. The ultimate creates creatures and puts counters on things every turn, so that has to go. We're not letting that emblem happen. Land off the top. This is exactly what the deck wants to do. The opponent had a decent draw. It wasn't terrible, but we just did our thing. Daxos can take one for the... We can take a punch here. It's okay. Now we get to begin the Yorion loop. Once we add Skyclave to it, to mop up what's left, we're going to be really happy. So this gains life, so why not? There's no cards in hand, so there's no blink purpose for the acquisitions experts. Bye-bye Heliod, exile Yorion, start the loop, gain some life from the cleric. And this is the evil. How much can they take? How much? They're at 26, actually. That speaker's a little scary, but we can manage. Elspeth can't hit any of these, so there's no point in blinking it when we could tax. Let's get rid of the speaker before the angels show up. Punch you with the Yorion. Charming Prince again. Why not? Why not? It's gonna get silly. Just one expert should do. Remember, this is on end step, so the opponent is going to get to do stuff here. They're going to draw a card, they're going to get to take their turn without those things on the board, then they come back. We don't have to trade the expert, we can just keep it around. We can take this damage. Doggo. Puppy went down for no reason. Backup Daxos for sadness. And 2 life. It's not absolutely nothing, but... Oh wait, we have another one coming back, don't we? We didn't even have to do this. I forget pretty often where I'm at in a Prince loop. Especially when I'm this far ahead, and it takes a lot of time to play it perfect. Alright, we'll just gain 3. Remembered this was a 1-1. I don't have to be bashful. Everybody rumble. Tome can draw. Land can scry. More Sky Noodle. Actually, who cares, right? It's all good. They return. Okay, exile the other prince so we can attack with this Yori and then get the loop. Draw. Opponent seems to want to play it out, so alright. Keep the old one. Why not? Oh my goodness. Are we having fun yet? Do you like loops? Do you like 2x speed? How many of you, be honest in chat, how many of you were watching this on 2x speed? Be honest. I know you were. It's okay. When you watch on 2x speed, I get double the ad revenue. That's not true. That can't be true. Alright, still 99%. Top 1,000 next, or top numbers next game. Well, if you're on the draw, this is what you want it to look like. Some early plays. Removal. So we'll keep it. We will keep it and see what our opponent has for us. Temple of Abandon. Not fast enough to hold priority. What? Our opponent cheated. If I had drawn another Blood Chief's Thirst, though, I would have been very, very happy. But our opponent cheated at Magic. We lose. 2 edge walling keepers. What a joker. Oh no, I'm not talking to you. Your draw is too good for me to actually have any emotes for you. Okay, no adventure creatures yet. Maybe you somehow have Edgewall Innkeeper in your deck that doesn't have adventure creatures, and your draw is not that good. No removal. We'll have to discard, but I have too many land anyway. And we do have to find our removal. Well, now I don't feel like I have too many land because I drew too many not land. Do you think it's Tome? I think it's Tome. I think Tome's going to be too slow in this matchup. Oh boy, oh boy. Love struck a beast. Cool. Well, we limited the damage from the Innkeeper. The double Innkeeper draw only netted a card. The opponent's still way ahead on mana. They're almost even on cards. Yeah, it's not a good look. So, we'll play the Blood Chief's Thirst. Destroy your little Innkeeper. Play Inscription of Ruin. Destroy your beast. Try to keep the board stable. Hope to draw something to deal with Clover, because we know it's coming. We know it's on the way. I told you! Awesome. Just awesome. So they get Ugin because they don't know what to do, and they get Escape to the Wilds, right? No! This person gets Neutralize and the Ugin. Sure, get a big counter spell, and then get something that makes you tap out. Man, people are weird. Alright, so let's play the Charming Prince and buy the Yorion. Would have loved that Maze Mine Tome now, though. Guess I should have discarded the land, because we've drawn 2 straight lands since. Ugh. I'm off my game today, man. Can't deny it. Just everything I do is getting the treatment. Wow. Alright, they don't have the mana for neutralize here. They see the Yorion, so they should get, like, Essence Scatter if they have it. Okay. Scorching Dragonfire. Return to nature. They want to keep me from looping, or at least getting value from the blessing. So they're going to target the blessing. And they get rid of Prince now. Well, that means I still get 3 cards. I'm so confused. I don't know quite what they're going for. Let's have a look at the Topsies. Backup Yorion's nice. Since something terrible is going to happen to this one at some point, probably Ugin related. 3 new cards. That kind of card advantage keeps you in the game, though. We're also looking at Inscription of Ruin kicked pretty soon. But we don't have a creature in the graveyard to get back, which is ugh. Still no Clover answers from our deck. Making life difficult. Opponent's not ready to Ugin just yet. What are they doing? If that last card's a Beanstalk Giant, I'll be sad. Okay. They can't play the phase because they want to hold up the counter. So what should we get them to counter? If they counter the Charming Prince, that's good for us, right? We could also just slam an ECD, but it gets exiled by Ugin anyway. That's not good. Ooh, Inscription can get back the Prince if they counter it. That's pretty sweet. That's a pretty good turn. Okay. On the bright side, for them, it gets rid of the blessing. Okay, I would have gotten rid of the blessing instead of letting me draw more cards. Call me crazy. Opponent is off the rails. Alright, this is your chance. You want to get rid of the blessing. That's their plan. Return to nature here. And they finally do. Okay. I mean, I guess they got 1 more damage out of me. So we exile you. You come back, exile the Prince, so that the Prince comes back after the Ugin comes down. If the opponent draws the untapped land, that is. That's a card. And they get Beanstalk. No! No! Stop! Stop immediately. In the name of Magic the Gathering. What a draw. What a draw. Wait, what? Okay, they're like, play whatever you want because I'm going to play Neutralize and protect it with Ugin. Okay. How to do it then? What's the play? Inscription of Ruin. Oh god, Inscription of Ruin. That's the play. That's actually the play. Still nothing to get back. I want this dead. How do I get it dead? I guess I attack with it? Let's try to find some... That's not bad. I was going to say, we're trying to find some Clover solutions as well. But this is a Clover solution. Alright, please block and kill the Charming Prince. Charming Prince is the trap. Okay, they chump with Fae. And they chump the Prince. Well, now I don't have to kick the Inscription. Mind Rot is enough. Mind Rot is enough. You'll love to see it. All right, I don't want to. I want my mana to go to use this turn, so I'm going to play an ECD, planning to restart the Blink Loop next turn after the opponent plays their Giant. Get some tax on them. If the game starts getting out of hand, we do the inversion. Here's the Giant. Alright. They're playing out the hand. They've got 4 mana left. Ooh, okay. It's a lot of stuff. But the hand is empty. Like they've given it their best shot. Now we just need like a card advantage source, like a Treacherous Blessing, and the loop is going to be epic. Keep this one. Get 2 loops for the price of 1. Nice. Exile the Giant. We have another trigger coming up. So what I should do here is gain the life. Because I get to restart the loop anyway. And we have 1 turn of the opponent with this Lovestruck Beast and these tokens, trying to beat us up. And there's already another Yorion in the graveyard, so chump blocking with the Yorion doesn't achieve anything. Down goes the Beast. Exile the Yorion. Did the opponent draw Bone Crusher Giant? I think we would have seen it already. Raise and Borrow. Okay, you're going to bounce my board. It's an option. You know what's fun about that? Undo inversion. Nine mana is a pretty awkward number. Maybe I can save the inversion. The biggest thing I'm scared of is that they top deck a Fae of Wishes, then I'm punished, right? But I can try to set it up so that I can cast the inversion with my stuff off the battlefield. And we can gain enough life that I don't think I have to be afraid. So, gain 3 life. Yorion! And the Tome. Try to scry our way to only good cards. Loopy loops. Let's see what they draw. Off the top. No Escape to the Wilds, no Fae of Wishes. Come on. Come on now. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. Alright, just you. Just you. Do not need more of that. Thank you, though. This is better. ECD. Goodbye, Brazen Bee. Doom Foretold. Let's start hitting the opponent. Bring back the Prince. Prince exiles the Yorion. When it comes back on their end step, we can exile Doom Foretold, so we don't have to sacrifice anything, but they do. First Clover down. That Fabled Passage, looking sad. Looking sad. Doom Foretold, Charming Prince. ECD we're going to let tick up to Chapter 2 so that they have the tax to pay. Don't need more land. Land is doing just fine. Attack for 4. Gain some life. Set up another one of these, because there really isn't a reason not to. And I'm going to play out this tap land as well. Draw. Alright, exile Yorion. Get the other Clover. So, I don't think I've actually ever done it. I've played a lot of Doom Foretold Charming Prince Yorion on the channel, but I don't think I've ever been able to show you guys how to put your opponent on the Doom Foretold side of things without you having to sacrifice. So hopefully that's fun for you. Hopefully you'll put that to evil use. Let's get the Charming Prince back with this ECD. Blessing. No! Misclick. Feels good. Love it. Alright. Classy move. We'll just have to figure out how to do it again. Alright, this is getting exiled by the Elspeth Conqueror's Death, so I don't have to remove it. And we can draw extra cards with the tomes, and that's better than playing out these. And now Doom Foretold goes off, they discard, we get a knight. I think you're in trouble, opponent. I think you drew too many lands down that stretch. Holy cow. Are we back in? We're back in the numbers. Back to the numbers. And we are back for the post-game wrap. This deck it's a slog, man. I'll show you, in the video I'm sure I have enough good games to show you some nice back and forths where both players are making plays and decisions matter a lot, and that kind of magic is great. But I felt like I got one-sided run over pretty often, and in figuring out what hands to keep, when you're looking at cards in your hand like Maze Mind Tome, Acquisitions Expert, Birth of Meletis, they're not high-impact cards. They don't take over the battlefield quickly, so you need to prioritize the removal side when keeping hands. Blood Chief's Thirst, Glass Casket, Inscription, and Apparition. If you don't have a good amount of these, if you don't have one in your opening hand, it's probably not good enough. Maybe with a Charming Prince you could scry into one, but it's still probably not good enough. Because if you get to turn 4 or 5 with Doom Foretold, Yorion, or Elspeth Conqueror's Death, but the opponent's battlefield is super wide and getting away from you, it's already over. These plays won't catch you up on their own. You need to maintain the battlefield while also thinking about how to get stuff on the field for Doom, which is really hard to do. So this deck is a tricky one, and it probably needs some trimming around the edges. Maybe, I feel like we need Maze Mind Tome, but maybe we don't have time for it. Maybe 4 Treacherous Blessing is bad. I don't think I had a game. It's awkward, right? I had many games where I never drew this, and I ran out of cards. Ran out of stuff to do, lost the game. I also had many games where I drew 2 or 3 of this, and I could not win. It just was never going to happen. I didn't have time to play multiples of these, and if I did, I'd be taking too much damage and putting myself too far behind. So Treacherous Blessing is a tricky one, and I'm not sure what the right number to run is. Onto Inversion, I never ended up casting, but I do like it in concept, and getting a few more in the deck I could see, because we did miss a lot of land drops, and we know that can be a death sentence. So maybe getting like, cut a Treacherous Blessing, maybe 2, cut maybe a Birth of Meletis, or one of the clerics, run 2 more Onto Inversion, so you have that early tap land, and then that late game, just stall, blow it all up. It also blows up your blessing, so you're not trapped under it. Maybe that's good, maybe not. Anyway, it's a labor of love, this deck, and I definitely feel like for most of the day I lost more than I won while figuring the deck out. But with the wisdom I have passed on, prioritize your removal spells, maybe make some adjustments, run more of these, cut some of these, maybe cut one of these. Maybe you can terrorize ladder and get to Mythic with Orzhov Doom. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video, where we are over 600 videos in a row, and there's going to be a new deck tomorrow that won't contain Omnath, I think. #ban Omnath. Goodbye.